bad weather. Thick bush, visibility under 25 meters. Few landmarks. But with a map and a compass, cross-country navigation is still possible. Before going bush, walkers should carefully plan their walks with methodical map study. Knowing the time available for the walk, the planners should get together to consider the age and physical condition of the walkers and the country the group wants to see.
Now, where exactly are we going?
Well, let's decide what we want to see first.
We've got 4 days, so let's take a look.
I'd like to photograph some button grass plains, if that's all right. What do you want, Hank?
Well, I'm just happy to breathe fresh air.
I'd like to get into the rainforest, but that leaves out the button grass plain.
No, not necessarily.
I think that's the best bet. That gives us an average of 7 kilometres walking per day. Don't want to overdo things.
Okay, that's a good rough plan. Now, let's have a detailed look at the country.
Well, why don't we just follow the river across the valley? That is the valley, isn't it? There's too much vegetation along the riverbank.
You'd have an old man walking twice the distance round every winding bend in the river.
It's actually easier for us to go across the ridges. The vegetation's usually less dense there.
You'll get used to us. We plan everything. I'm not writing fast enough. Just give me the last leg for the data sheet. From grid reference 157711 to grid reference 152668. Distance 6.5 kilometres, bearing 120 degrees. Then we've gone round in a circle and we're back to our original route by Lake Morton.
Before commencing a course, the route taken is divided into legs, each of which should terminate at some recognizable object. Significant information is recorded on a navigation data sheet at the planning stage. It's a ready reference for safety during the walk.
Damien and I have worked out a food and equipment list. We'll copy it out and get it to you tomorrow or the next day.
You all happy with the route? It's a comfortable 4 days, I think. No point in all of us navigating. We'll take it in pairs. Hank and I'll do the first leg. Jane will let you observe. Time's got a bit away from us. I think we've covered everything. You'll enjoy it. It's beautiful country. The last great wilderness.
Do you know anything about map setting, Jane? I'll show you a simple and quick procedure. Just select objects you can see, like that hill and that wooded area, and turn the map so that the representations of the hills and the woods are lined up with the real thing.
Lovely view, isn't it? Picking up a few clues? I just head in a straight line, uphill and down dale. It's actually easier to go with the grain of the country than against it. Though we'll probably go in a straight line across that button grass plain tomorrow. That's pretty flat country.
Not many animal tracks. Well, there are usually animal tracks you can follow along the ridges. There's that river you wanted to follow down there.
At least I've learned to read on a map which way the river's flowing. What are you doing? He's pacing for us. There are no visible landmarks in this thick country. So he's pacing the 1.5 kilometres of this leg before we set off on the next bearing.
920.
Well, that's about it, folks. How are you feeling, Damien? Okay. How's the time? Oh, we're doing fine. Lost a bit of time on that rugged country. Didn't expect it to be so rocky. Let's take a break, then.
The general rule for predicting walking time in Australia is 1 hour for every 5 kilometres of easy going, 3 kilometres of easy scrambling, 1.5 kilometres of rough country, deep sand, thick bush or knee-deep soft snow, plus 1 hour for every 500 metres uphill or 1,000 metres downhill. Every 5 hours include up to 1 hour for fatigue and rest.
You've got to be careful with tracks, though. I knew a guy 100 metres ahead of his mates. He knew their next leg was 2.5 kilometres down a track. So when he came to a track, he headed off on it.
Sounds like David.
When the search and rescue party found him, he was adamant it was the correct one because it was the only track marked on the map.
The map which he had, but his mates didn't.
The trouble was, it was 10 years old, and the Electricity Authority had put in new tracks in their exploratory work.
Didn't he camp in a dry riverbed the night before that monstrous storm?
David doesn't go bushwalking anymore, does he?
Too lazy.
Too stupid.
Was I right?
Oh, yes.
First walk's always a bit tiring. You'll have to come with us again.
Oh, I plan to.